because if you share your screen, it's like you're gonna be leading it. But if I share my screen, it's gonna be lagging. So.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'll try share my screen. Let's see if it gets laggy.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Okay.
If it lags too much, we'll switch.
Okay. Okay. Also, feel free to play DJ on this session.
Probably Griff is the best one in this room.
Probably Griff. Yeah. And by anyone, I meant Griff. Yes.
Juan is great too.
I don't know if they shared with you too, Manu, but Livia is unwell and she's going to skip this meeting. Unfortunately, she's having some vertigo, like wild vertigo thing. And Eduardo is going to join us at the second half, if we're not done by then. So just to pass that on.
Okay. Well, we can get started with either... we can get started with Septi or Juanca, whoever feels ready.
I'm ready.
Septi was born ready. Oh,
Yay.
That's not the name. Yeah, okay. Okay. Cool. All right, so have 14 issues on the backlog, Septi. Which ones do you think we ought to be working on for this sprint? From the past sprint then?
I added some of them just an hour ago. Can you scroll down a little bit? Like those repeating are happening every time they start repeating. I don't know, I put them on the backlog. If you just scroll down.
Okay.
Yeah, wireframes.
Oh,
I have a call with Tom on Sunday. We are going to hack on that. Probably it's going to be finished on the call, or if not, I will just like after Tom mentoring myself. I feel I'll be ready to finish by myself if we don't finish in that call, or I hope so.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, wireframes.
Wireframes.
Like the intention is like anyone picking those wireframes is ready to build the product, even not talking to the product manager.
It's really wireframes and the design brief that we could pass to the design team.
Okay.
So yeah, this is happening in 2 days. So for sure, this sprint is going to get done.
Okay. Wireframes.
Okay, circulating supply in CoinGecko. There is a Excel sheet that I need to fill. I already talked to Vitor. Maybe we do a hack together to get that sheet done. And yeah, also it's an issue that is going to get done pretty fast. It's just getting that spreadsheet done and apply the form. Probably to be faster, we can use Griff contacts. I don't know. But eventually it would get done. This is something like it's on my radar. Yeah, another thing it's happening this sprint is like there is already an advice process forum post regarding the intentions of making the salaries of everyone getting paid by the TEC. And yeah, I'm probably going to be a proposal there, and also pushing something that Tam suggested on the rewards, like having on the rewards, like right now, we're sharing addresses, but maybe we also want to share the names. It's better for mutual monitoring, and also it's like the analysis can be done better by if everyone can look to the data and not just a privileged group of people. So we're also pushing that there. NFT for the audit. Enti's not here. Enti's working on that. He already got all the markdowns, but now he probably needs some help from a dev to make the NFT. I have no more updates in here, so we should talk with Enti. I'll probably bring this topic on the next transparency call. But yeah, there is some progress there, but it's not finished.
Okay.
Yeah, we also need to create a transparency proposal. We have funds for 1 month, probably 2, but it's good like to start getting that done. And yeah, we also actually did all what we said on the proposal it was going to get done. So yeah, maybe start getting that ready so the flow is continuous.
What about the retroaction 1308? This one.
Oh yeah, that's also something like it was bring in the last call, and Ivy is also working on that on legal. So I didn't close the issue just because I wanted to sing more, but the last update is like legal is also working on the adding those like the roadmap on the proposals, and I feel like this was same thing on the same issue. Probably like we can I don't know if close it. I would like to have another chat with Ivy and with Livy because Ivy wanted to chat with Livy too. But it's something that is happening on legal, so probably we can close it here. But I'll talk with Ivy, and if she says like legal is going to get that done, I'll just close it.
Yeah, I'll just that'll send notification to Ivy. You two can set it up async, and I'll just put it on progress. Okay. You talked about this one, right? 1341, exploring the intentions of the community.
Yeah, this is already an advice process. Probably we have a vote in the community.
Okay.
And yeah, and the rest is like the repeating task, like updating the decision tree. Now is Ivy doing it. I don't know if it's set on somewhere place, but Ivy is doing the decision taking document now. And then yeah, like the playlist, and Perry is doing the recordings, updating the multi-sig. I mean, there's not so many proposals lately, so not much things to get done there. But yeah, like all these repeating tasks are still happening. And
yeah, the repeating tasks. Yeah, the repeating tasks. Tam helped me with those putting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and just doing the events, and yeah, that's it. That's it for transparency.
What about these ones remaining here? The roadmap for transparency and transparency survey. Are those repeating, or are those for this?
No, those are like not happening. Those are there for a very long time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, then we're done. Thank you for putting the repeating tasks on the repeating pipeline, Tam. I guess you couldn't help yourself.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Septi. All right, Juanca, are you ready to do some gravity work?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Thanks, man.
Let me just.
Well, this next week will be the last week before the Graviton training, so we will be having a lot of promotion around the Graviton training. Also, we will continue the Aragon outreach. Right now, there's an active case, and I am taking it. And it's like in the first week it started. I started that information this week. I hope that it continues like 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. Also, yesterday we had a hacking session on unbreakable bows, and we will be working on that design and like the mockups. I don't think this next sprint we will do something in the work, and also we will be
How,
working on the website for Gravity with Durgadas on Wednesdays.
okay.
And also I think we will be giving a small talk in Gitcoin, but we don't have the exact date.
Cool.
I think that would be my issues. Also, we are on the promoting the research group. Um, I feel that it will like one of the main actions that we are trying to push on this is to apply an ecosystem health survey that was sent by Enti, and that's like one of the intentions of this research group. But I haven't been able to join some of these calls, so I don't have like the latest updates. But I need to have more information on there. Maybe I can create also an issue regarding the commons price. I think that maybe I did the proposal like really fast, and maybe I would like to have more attention on that if we get to pass to the next stage. And like we they asked for a video and we didn't have it, and I sent just a recording, so it would be cool to have this more in the top of the mind. So yeah, I will create that issue.
Okay. Create the workspace that stays, boundaries. How's this one going? Because I feel this one, I've talked with Livy, and there's some hesitance about, or I guess lack of coordination, or not knowing how to move forward properly with this. At least last I checked. So what's the current status on this one?
I think that's something that still needs more time. I think
Okay.
we still need to gather more information, um, to work on this and to make these boundaries to produce some content. But we it's something that it's there, but it can for sure have more. But at least I think that I wouldn't be able to lead that for next sprint, because I feel like the other things are like putting me all on my capacity. But
Yes.
that's something that I would like to do in maybe the some next sprints.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Bear still has Bear started helping you on the organizational development?
He
We
will
talked
be
about this.
working with Durgadas on the website. We need some of the organizational development, and we will be working these two issues together, developing the website and having some first draft of like a mission, vision, and values that we can um, promote as an identity of their organization.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's it for gravity.
Yeah,
Cool. Thank you, Juanca.
Yes, I think that is good.
Good. It's good. Good. Okay. Cool. What do you think, Tam? You want to go next?
You muted.
Sorry. I'd say I would definitely go next. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to look at your board. So the 2022 POAP, I know that you're working on that, Manu, so I definitely think we should bring that in.
That is on the works. I've talked with Acid Laser. He's working on it already.
Cool. Yeah, the thing here is, so we have the Year of the Hatch POAP, but we don't have a new POAP for stewards who become stewards in 2022. So maybe I could also invite anyone who has ideas to share them with Manu. I don't know how far along we are, but I guess we were thinking the idea, an idea could be something around, what did we say, Manu? Like first year?
First year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. Like it's the first year that the TEC is really live. So we're really open to hearing some ideas for the 2022 Stewards POAP. I don't know, did you do a formal round of like advice process? Maybe we can drop this in the Stewards channel and ask for some suggestions and ideas on you know, I don't know, other ideas. I don't think my idea is the greatest. I'm always sure people have better ideas than me. But yeah, so we need to choose a theme for the 2022 Stewards POAP.
I feel we could do some of them, like, you know, there is new stewards, old stewards, people who's not the steward anymore, and then we might be end up using those POAPs to vote. So I might think like it's an interesting way, like just to update the people, like having, I don't know, like everything's more distribution, and then the people who's coming new, just give it to them, something like that to start.
Yeah. Well, we started with the year. So the first one is like 2021, Year of the Hatch. Right? So like everyone who's a steward in 2021 got one, active, inactive, everyone. So, I mean, we could do the 22 stewards and everyone who is 2022, but if we wanted to separate by active and inactive, that might be complicated, right? Because then we'd have to create a new active one every time we wanted to use the POAP in case somebody has become deactive in the meantime.
I feel if we do one for 2022, and then, you know, if X person becomes a steward, we just give it to them, and everyone who was a steward in 2022, it's fine if they vote, even if they are not a steward anymore, and then we could do it yearly. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think yearly is simple. It's not so much overhead for us, and it's kind of makes it more valuable to have like one that whole year than to have a few the year, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone has ideas about like what the theme should be, then please share them with Manu. He's leading this. Okay, create a project on Giveth. I bet this is Griff's. Is this something you're pulling into the sprint for laser tag?
Yes, laser tag. I guess it's for laser tag. I mean that the money's going to go to laser tag because that's the best place. But
cool.
But yeah.
Okay, for the TEC, but sent to laser tag, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the funding proposal is it's on an advice process. I saw that Gideon made a comment. I have to just answer.
Yeah. Can I make a question? Why not send those funds to the common pool instead? Like, actually, that was what voted on the last decision. We could.
Oh, so there's Gitcoin funds which are being bridged, but then this is for fundraising on Giveth, and we have to put an address in there. I could just use like the address I control, but I was going to use the laser tag address instead. And the problem is that Giveth raises money in multiple currencies and on multiple chains. So if we use the only thing that can be sent to the common pool is wrapped tag. So
But-
the laser tag would have to convert everything to wrapped tag.
Yeah, I feel like this is something like the community should decide. Like,
Well,
and especially like the last time we did the vote, like the community decided to send the money to a common pool.
yeah,
Like
but
we
that's
could
the thing.
just
Laser tag only acts if the community decides.
yeah, but still, like it's if it's in the common pool, then proposals are easier to pass and all these things. So yeah, I feel like we could, I don't know, like make another vote and then let the community decide.
But I mean, it's a technical issue with Giveth. Like, we can't force Giveth
No, but-
to only accept wrapped die. So we have to put an address in for
No,
the Giveth.
I mean we can send it to laser tag, but when it's there, we can just convert it to RapidXI and send it to the common pool if the community wants to. Like if the community
Yeah.
prefers to hold multiple tokens on laser tag, that's fair. But I feel it's not our choice, but the community's choice.
Exactly. And laser tag has a mandate; it can't act without a community vote.
Yeah.
So I'm just setting the address where it will receive funds to laser tag, and then the community decides where the money, whatever donations we raise, where that goes.
And I think we should do the same for Gitcoin. I mean, we already voted on the ones that already happened, but for the future ones,
Definitely, we should. I can make that. I guess that's an issue as well, to change the Gitcoin recipient to be laser tag.
Actually, actually, we already voted on that.
But the
And it's
what was the vote?
the vote said that it was that vote that we said like embrace it on Barcelona or whatever, but then the community decided to get that money on XDAI, on RapidXDAI, and just send it over to the common pool.
Well, but as you see, I'm failing at my job as being the fiscal responsibility person, so holding the key. So, but the problem with Gitcoin is they use ZK Sync, and using ZK Sync with a multisig is really annoying. So, yeah, I guess just every so often I have to be bugged. I guess we'll leave the addresses, and every so often any money that we raise on Gitcoin, you just have to bug me until I get the money into the common pool.
Okay, I'll bug you then.
And the best way is to set in a calendar event.
Okay, maybe we can do it on the body call.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I assign this to changing the Gitcoin's recipient address to laser tag? Who could take this on?
I remembered we can't until ZK Sync is easier to work with multi-sigs. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
All right. Apply to speak at upcoming conferences. Yes, please bring that into the sprint. It's kind of slowly happening. Checklist to retire Common Swarm and Programs Working Group. Oh, let us just finish that this sprint. I'm pretty sure most things are done, but have been done slowly. I think we just need to verify. Just verify. So this is the Stewards Roadmap that you and I were talking about. Manu and I will be working on that next week and the week after. And then from there, I think there's nothing else. If you could scroll down. No, we could just put everything into this sprint, because instead of putting them into in progress, and that way everything in the sprint pipeline gets tagged this sprint, and we don't have to. So even the ones that say they're in progress, yeah. So everything should just go straight into the sprint pipeline first.
Okay. Is that for the stewards working group or for all working groups?
Yeah, for everyone.
Okay.
And then after we lock down the sprint with the ones that are in the pipeline, then we could start moving them across the board.
Okay.
And then let's see, is there anything else in that? No. And then, so present TEC, so in the repeating pipeline, who's going to present in Spanish, by the way? Did somebody volunteer for this?
I say on Twitter I could do that in Spanish or Catalan. So
Yes,
I didn't apply formally. I applied in English, but
we're talking about something else. Sorry. We're talking about the
Oh.
introduction to token engineering that happens on a monthly basis. Pat suggested that the one that we do in June, should be in Spanish. It's on the stewards channel, and I tagged all the Spanish-speaking stewards.
Okay.
Did you guys not see it? Yeah, here it is.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I didn't tag you. Sorry.
Okay. I think I could do that. I think that'd be fun. And in Spanish, it's always easier to do it. And then I get practice for the future ones. So it's a win-win.
Just one thing then, we probably need to convert the deck to Spanish because the deck is all in English.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
When is that happening?
I can help you too, Septi.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, Juan. Yeah.
Producing the deck.
So
Yeah.
you're also coming to my house this week, right?
Next week.
Okay. We can. When is the date, Tom?
I want to say it's June 10th, but let me look at what Pat wrote.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of time. Yeah, we can hack on that on the deck with Juan this next week, and then yeah, I'll get ready for the presentation.
So she said suggested date June 10th at 4 p.m. UTC. I can't convert that right now. Where is UTC?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Universal time. It's like,
yeah.
I guess it's like 5 p.m., right? We're 1 hour or 2 hours ahead now, 6 p.m.
I almost can skip any call now. Perry's recording them all, so anytime would work. Almost.
Okay, great. So it's on you. Great. I would say bring that into the sprint, even though he's not presenting, he's going to have to do the preparation for presenting it in Spanish. Or maybe we open a new issue for you.
Yeah.
To convert the TEC orientation deck to Spanish. Cool. I'm just going to quickly
okay, so the issue you're creating will take the place of this one. So this one.
No, I would say leave that one. You could leave that one alone. I would say don't bring it into this sprint.
Okay.
What was the number of it though? What was the number? Oh yeah, 1200. Oh, what a nice.
1200.
Nice. Okay, so. Okay. So I don't know, you can use the orientation deck or create a new deck, but I think the original one that we used for I think Wonka and you working on this together is a great idea. And then maybe pull what you need or build a new one from the orientation deck and then the original introduction to TEC decks. Maybe we can merge them.
Great. Can we put all those links on the issue? Or
Yeah, I'll do that. As soon as I'm finished with the working group, I'll finish with this, I'll do it.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, cool. And then let's see, monthly compensation distribution, continuation of product backlog refinement. I would bring in product backlog refinement for you, Manu. Working group weekly update, TEC Sprint facilitation, yes and yes. And then the next two, yes and yes, the weekly things. And I'd say for the most part, that's it. I am intentionally not taking on too much because the Commons Prize really does need a lot of attention. So I don't want to overburden myself.
Grassroots economics is winning. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that project.
Cool. We didn't talk about the retroaction 1337. That's pretty funny because somehow the token economics retroaction has leaked. That's pretty awesome. What luck was that? So it's 1337, which is like leet in hacker code. Like, that's great. Okay.
Oh, wow.
It'll come up. It's in the new issues. It's in new issues, so it'll be all the way to the left.
Oh, maybe it doesn't have the stewards working group label.
No, that's right. It doesn't have anything tagged yet, but we should chat about that actually, because this was the retroaction to get in contact with Token Economics DAO. It was the retroaction that was chosen to come into the sprint. So what do we do with it now? Is the big question. Who did this recommendation? I mean, I don't know if there was somebody in this room, the one that. No. Yeah, that's the challenge with like running out of time in the retro. We don't really get to dig into what we mean by the chosen retro. Okay, well, why don't we dump this on the stewards then, and we can talk about it in our weekly. We'll add it to the agenda for the weekly and figure out what to do with it. Okay, Manu?
Okay.
Cool. I mean, do you have it open? I'll tag the stewards and myself to figure out what to do with it next.
I'll make a note of it.
No, you don't need to. I'm going to put it in the agenda right now. And that way on Tuesday, we'll be like, oh yeah, this. I think that's it then for the stewards.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
What else? Griff, are you doing any of the working groups? I think we've run out of stewards.
I could tell you what's going on with legal. I don't have any issues for it, but maybe Ivy does. We had a great sync today, and the plan is to turn every other legal sync into a legal call, like a legal open call that's like talking about the issues of the day and DAOs and token economics and how it interacts with the legal space. And so the goal is to use this as a means to build a legal community, like a community that's interested in the legal aspects of token engineering. And so we'll have like every other week there'll be a call, and every other call will be either a working group sync or one of these fun like legal open legal discussions on the topics of the day. So Ivy and I are going to spec this out next week, and outline the details, but we'll try to get some legal experts. And like if we would have had it today, it would have been all about UST, and the explosion. Is Dao Quan going to jail? Like what's the latest stablecoin rules? What do people think will happen with legislation? Just like talk about something, make it entertaining and fun, and something. The goal would be to make it something that aspiring crypto lawyers would want to be on to have something. So it'd be an open panel discussion with a few lawyers every month. And as far as other issues, updating the covenant should get done this sprint. That everything looks good, and Ivy's going to make the forum post.
I was just gonna say,
So really, we should assign it to Ivy and not Livia, because I think Ivy's going to. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. Oh no, this is. That's a different thing. I don't know if that one's actually going to be done this sprint or not. Maybe I'd leave that one in a product backlog, but just on updating the covenant, Ivy. This is probably should be assigned to Ivy, and she's going to take on making the forum post and get the DAO vote up.
Got it.
I think Livia unblocked it today. And the rest, I think we kind of just decided to shelf a lot of the legal stuff because it's just not important. And we're going to keep the working group call going just in case, but there's like nothing we need to do. There is a discussion of maybe we can create a funding request for if there is legal work that wants to be done. And Teresa might create that, but we'll see. I don't think she will.
Yeah.
I think legal is basically it's like on standby.
Now that our team is actually growing, I feel like I have decentralized a bit, so maybe even now some of those roles aren't really mine anymore. At least the Sobel ones have been passed on. But yeah, community management also. So
Let's see. Is there any other working groups?
And that's kind of like.
Man, I'd really be curious what's going to happen with YGG and labs. I was really surprised to see what the slide looked like. This.
I sent you a message. So he's saying that he wants to take a break, taking a step back from labs because the attendance is dwindling, and also I think he also has a lot on his plate. I suggested he wants to also sort of start to invest his time in like Sampo, which I think would be actually amazing for Sampo and for the TEC. I suggested we do something like we reimagine labs to have seasons. So rather than, okay, every week there's labs, there could be like lab season is on, it's this topic. Lab season is on, it's another topic. And then I also suggested that, he said, I would love a high energy co-pilot on the labs, someone who takes the leads. That would be so much fun. And more contributions from community, like presentations, demos, like that. And I also have a call with Chris Katoya from the guy who's the leading CAD-CADs. I have a call with him on Monday. So I suggested that maybe I check in with Chris and be like, do you have any ideas for somebody that can either co-host labs and or a session in one of the seasons? So that's sort of where we are with labs. But I suggested we talk about it on the stewards. It was just happening now, and I was like, let's bring this to the stewards weekly and see what we could do. Any thoughts since it came up now anyway? Anyone have any thoughts they want to share about how, like, does anyone like this idea of the seasons? Like when there's some sessions going, labs is on, but it's not a like anchor that you're tied to produce something new every week from the perspective of the host.
I like that idea.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, and because it's like a pause without an end. I think, and I'm kind of pushing this in legal too. I think this last drop shows that we are officially in bear market, so we need to just turn things off if we can, and not be expending resources everywhere and really nail our focus. So any working groups that we can turn off, we should. And labs, while it is one of our most important like token engineering working groups, if there's not leadership that wants to take it on, we should just turn it off.
I don't necessarily think we should take it off, and I don't think there's any cost difference whether it's on or off to us. There is no working group coordination lead, so the cost stays the same.
The financial costs, but like you said, YGG moving YGG's bandwidth over to Sampo.
Yeah. But I mean, from the working group perspective, I don't mean it on or off, but I mean like YGG being more active in Sampo is a huge win for all of us, I think. So maybe I'll let him make the final decisions after he thinks about it some more. But I think saying labs is seasonal. Maybe there's a fall semester and a spring semester, and those are, it's a little bit more like an academic schedule more than it is like every 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, and so right now it's winter and he's hibernating, sort of thing, right? Biomimetic isn't that one of the principles of Common Stack, biomimicry? So, cool. I think that's a good transition into sample.
I want to say, Manu, I grabbed one more thing that's on your plate: the community call reimagining, and I tagged it with stewards and brought it into the sprint as well. So
yeah, good. I didn't see it yet. Okay.
I know. While you were doing legal, I brought it in.
And I saw Gideon on mute. I don't know if you had something to add, Gideon.
Sorry to be late too. I just didn't even. I'm still learning what the meetings are for stewardship. So, no, and I didn't mean to unmute.
Well, Gideon, if you'd like, we could take this time. I mean, no other steward is here. We've finished with the ones that are here. We could take the time to just do some sense making and some planning around samples issues. Collectively around. We could start creating the issues that you're working on already, the ones that are on Clarity that maybe you'd like to transfer into SendHub. We could take the time to do that. Since
and I see Mert waving his hands.
Mert?
No, yeah.
Omega.
Actually, I wanted to open two things for the Omega.
Okay.
First, we are looking for a web developer to from the proposal. You guys remember, we will update it. It was we were planning to do the library as a prototype within a websites such as like Notion, Wix, or whatever, but we thought that we have enough funds and we have enough energy, so we wanted to make it like an actual web page which has like cool features, learning groups, rendering, and so we are looking for actually a web developer. We have some funds, the initial funds, the 15K we have, so we want to spare some of it. So I'm asking actually stewards, like, who should I ask in the community? It won't be like a very complicated job. It will be just basic HTML website or whatever. Like, whom should I talk with? First, I wanna edit as like.
I could introduce you to Marco from General Magic, and we could see if they have bandwidth with a front-end developer that could push it.
Too much overhead for either the Give It team or the.
That will be super good, and also it won't be like super complicated websites. So if they have time bandwidth, it won't be very like burdensome. And the second, we wanted to update Gitbook like completely for Omega. So we've been doing this ethical principle discovery, and we've changed lots of things. So maybe we can add it as like part of the sprint plan. So these are the two things I wanna do.
Can I ask? Hello, everyone. Can I ask, Mert, did you manage to sync with Costa regarding these updates?
Actually, no, because we were like not like I wanted to contact with him after we finalize the all writing and what should be there, so there won't be back and forth. But now I know whom to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mert, do you want to take on the issue of finding a web dev, since Griff already pointed you in the right direction? You're muted.
Yeah, it's not even an issue now, so.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want to talk about Sampo stuff? Sampo projects?
We could do sample, or we could do Communitas since Edu is here. Edu, maybe we could finish Communitas and then we can take the time left to work on sample. Edu, are you ready to do Communitas right now?
Yes, it will be appreciated. Thank you, Manu.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah.
So I created issues and we did it a few ones. Do you want to walk us through?
Yeah. You created new issues, you're saying?
Yes, I
Okay,
created
I
an
see.
issue.
This
Yeah. There you go.
advice process. Okay. Uh-huh.
And I created the one that where I updated the orientation deck because yesterday I used a different one from the usual I used on the orientation calls. So I link just in case anyone here on this call wants to provide feedback on that deck. It's a work in progress, so be aware of that. But it's an improved version of what we had before. I felt that the other orientation deck was a little bit too dark and hard to read sometimes. So yeah. So I created that issue for that. And I think there was something else. Your screen seems frozen to me, Manu, so I cannot see your screen.
What about now?
Still frozen.
Okay, I'll just stop streaming and reshare again. Okay.
Loading. There you go. Now.
What about the trivia?
So I updated that. I posted, I think, the link to the template, to the draft of the proposal. So it should be uploaded next sprint. No doubt about that. And then I updated a few issues and closed others. I closed the issue of FAQ because the FAQ, it's yeah, I closed those issues. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all. I also updated the issue for the funding proposal, the next funding proposal for Communitas. I added a link to the draft that we have so far, which is waiting for consensus also.
Okay. Okay. Costa is taking care of the working group's article finally, since I didn't.
He also mentioned that there is an issue that was assigned to him by Shui regarding update of the website, but that's not on his capacities to do because he doesn't have access to the website. So he cannot accomplish the task that was assigned to him on there.
Okay.
We could make a poll, get him access if that's an issue, and he should get access by tomorrow. Is he taking that one?
I don't know if he is an expert. He has the expertise to update the website, so I cannot answer that.
Maybe it was. Yeah, I don't know. That we have Casale for that, so I'll just talk to Chewy as to why he did it. Maybe it was a mistake, but I'll assign it to Casale. I'll ask Casale, and then I'll assign it
Yeah,
to him.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was just a Ron C username kind of situation.
Yeah, Casale is the Fredo, but I'll figure it out async. Cool.
All right.
What about the other issues that you have on the product backlog? You went over the ones that you created. But what
yes.
about the retroaction, for example?
Yeah, that one. That one is set up for next week. So hopefully, Griff, we will be able to pull it out this week. That week. So yeah, that's on the work. So it will be for next sprint. Processing data community. That one.
Oh, wait. Next Friday, I'm going to be off. Sorry about that.
So excited about all these new opportunities and what
okay. Can you find? Well, we will sing later on, Griff. Just if you seem to have another time during the week, let me know. And then the other one that says processing the community data, that one is assigned to Benz. I don't know if he was already onboarded to the GitHub, but that one should not be assigned to me because I'm no longer the one owning that issue.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all, I think. Did I miss something, Tam?
I don't think so. I can have a quick another look. The orientation video, intro to TEC, is that something that? Oh no, that was for Chewy. They did the rewards video, not the orientation. Sorry, I'm
correct. And then there is a one for you, Tam, regarding the call with LBS. Remember, for creation of the video for the coordination video.
Well, we'll see if that happens. I mean, if I'm going to have a call with her and do an onboarding for the Zen Hub, then it would be a great time to just record an orientation of Zen Hub for everyone. Right. But she and I haven't created a date for that yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because that is also part of Improve the Zen Hub for new contributors. That will be we can close that issue also as part of that process.
Last one. Okay. All right. Cool.
But that's it.
No, I don't see anything else. I think we're all there. Thanks.
All right.
What about the this one, 1263 train new guides for Costa?
Yeah, that one I updated. I don't know why there are two issues that are very similar to one of another. That one I think is the latest one, and I comment on it, and I place a comment saying that the only thing left for Costa to sort of be fully a guide is to do the one-on-ones. He will be next week shadowing you and me on the one-on-ones in order for him to take them out. There you go. There's my comment.
Yeah.
So
okay.
And we have to create an epic for the new overhaul of the members' journey, Gideon. So we can keep track of all the issues related to that overhaul of the experience of the members here. So I think we can create it today in our syncs, Gideon, maybe, and see how we dissect all the parts that we're gonna tackle. But that's all, man.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Costa's still working on the Git book, right?
He already updated. The FAQ. He added a section, and that's I think completed what he has to sync. I think with Gideon regarding a last check-in on semantics, information, and so on. But in general sense, if you go to the Git book right now, there is a FAQ section nicely divided in parts and updated. So there you go.
We're actually going to have Jason from the Writers Guild write that. Yeah, I can explain more when we talk. I do.
Sure.
Okay, I'll just pin him, ask him if this is close, if we can close this, if it's finished, and then we'll be done. Okay. Okay, Chewy, welcome. Are you ready to do comms right now?
Hey, Manu. If I could have like some extra minutes, I don't know if I'm the last one, but I just jumped on this. Sorry about that.
You cannot. It is imperative that we do comms right now.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. We can do no. We can do sample. We can do sample.
Okay, I
work
promise
on
I'll hurry.
sample. Yeah, cool. Okay.
I think mine's pretty quick right now because it's really just I just put in 4 issues, and I'm just pulling these right from Clarity. So I think it's gonna be pretty easy for us to just think on this. So do we need to? I don't know what the best process is here. I mean, I can say them out loud.
Oh,
but-
yeah. Pretty much just talk about this new issues that you've created. I mean, it's just these 4 issues, so they're all going to be working for this sprint, and it's pretty much just who is working on them and what they are about, and if there is an expected time of completion.
Okay.
The ballpark estimate. Those are the 3 things. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back in. We're still just like starting up on a lot of this stuff, but I'll go back in and update that with that additional detail. I do have a question for people that's not Sampo related though. Has to do with the Writers Guild and something that Tam and I talked about. We're just basically having some problems with not having enough writers. So like the caliber of what we're hoping to get and just like the flow. So one of the things that Tam and I were talking about is one, I'm going to have somebody, I'm just getting so full up on stuff right now that I'm having Jason kind of act as a coordination lead or like a organizer. And then I think that we probably need to, right now we're just using like a group DM to coordinate, and we're going to run out of space on that. I think we've already hit the space. So the question is, should we create a channel for the Writers Guild and make it a little bit more public so that we can actually start to get some more people in? So that's a question. I can add that as an issue, but I don't know if it needs to be an issue or I don't know what the process is for that kind of stuff. Thoughts?
Maybe we can.
I mean, I share that I think it should be a channel so that people know that the Writers Guild is there, and maybe they can come and find the Writers Guild by seeing the communications there. I think it's probably the best way to get more people to participate that way.
I was also going to say, like, maybe we can set up a bounty for article and maybe promote it on Twitter. That would get things done faster.
Yeah.
And I also want to comment on 2 sample issues, and I think 2 sample issues are very similar with what we're already doing in transparency. So maybe it'd be worth not doing the job twice, but seeing, like, maybe we have a call thing, and maybe that's something like, you feel like the audit should have, and we could make that happen. And you should, I feel like it'd be better if you focus yourself on making these revenue streams more than in the data, since it's something that it's already done. But yeah, maybe it's worth having a one-on-one and seeing how we envision that in the future.
For sure. Yeah, that was one of the things that we were talking about in that first call. Is just like, how do we sync this up with the audit? Because let's just set up a call where we can talk about it. I think there's going to be a natural. No need to create or to like make work for sure. There's so much other stuff to do. So yeah, let's just talk about what's going to be the best way to get it done.
My Mondays are pretty free, so if you want to schedule a call on Monday, that'd be awesome.
Okay, let me take a look. Any other thoughts on the Writers Guild thing? Let me put it this way: any concerns about setting up a channel to organize that? Because basically, we're out of space. I can't take one more writer at this point.
I could set it up right now. if you want to go ahead with it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's no. It sounds like there's no objections.
The hardest part is you're going to have to choose which emoji.
Oh, I have one already. No, I don't know. We'll find.
Is it like a fountain pen? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I want to do a scroll. How about that? Okay. So, and then there's probably a few more of the Sampo stuff. I just have to go through the list of stuff that we're working on right now. But those are the main ones. The ones that are in there are the main ones right now. And then probably the next one is going to be fundraising, like a fundraising plan. So that will be up next. And it will probably be in this sprint, like that will start it. So I can add it during that point.
Okay. All 4 of these, you guys are going to take on this sprint, or just a few of them?
How long? Yeah, help me understand. So this sprint is 2 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the way that I was phrasing that is that we're defining these things.
Yeah. Let me just share the way that I look at it. So if it's something that you're going to be working on in this sprint, we can move it in. If it's something you're going to work on and complete this sprint, even better. But it's kind of hard to manage that. So we find it's like, this is something that we're working on this sprint, and then we'll work on it next sprint. If it's something that you have in mind, but you know that it's not going to be worked on this sprint, we just leave it in the product backlog. Sometimes one issue is actually a lot of work. So it doesn't have to consume a lot of overhead to write all of the issues necessarily, but really just have a way for everyone to see what that working group will be working on this 2-week period.
Yeah, okay. Now for some reason it's not showing up when I'm doing the filter on that.
I think they're all moved to this sprint, so they should be in this sprint pipeline. That's where I see them now. Do you see them there too?
Sprint. So that's May 13th.
Actually, if you just filter by Sampo working group and nothing else, that they really pop out at you.
Okay, I'll have to follow up later. Oh, wait.
Here, let me share my
Yeah,
screen.
I'll have to. Yeah, I mean, I know what they are, but I just for some reason they're not showing up in my.
So I just here filtered by Sampo working group,
Mm-hmm.
and then get advice on Sampo strategy document. Write up and get advice on Sampo mission and manifesto, and define and get advice on Sampo financial data collection process. Define and get advice on Sampo financial report. I mean, it's a lot. Are all 4 of these coming into the sprint? Do you think they'll all be worked on in parallel?
That's the goal. I think that first one is in process right now. Second one is that's going to start soon. I don't think these are going to take more than 2 weeks. This doesn't mean like get it done. It doesn't. I'm not seeing this as like have the final product done. And it may be like, the conversation with Zepti on the last 2 is like, hey, hand it over to me, and like we could it may be just a handoff to transparency. But so I'm not that worried about this, but this is my first time through this, so I guess we'll.
Yeah, cool.
We'll see. Let me put it this way. What happens if we don't finish? It goes into the next sprint, or
well, everything gets moved back to the product backlog, and then you prioritize it against all the other stuff that's happening. But along the way, we could drop updates to let everyone know what the progress is.
I say let's keep these 4 in there, and then if it looks like it's not going to happen, or if it looks like the latter 2 are going to shift because of conversations with transparency, then we'll close it out.
Yeah, that works. Hey, okay. Manu, I see that you're sharing a screen of, for me, it is just the Discord channel. Is that because of internet problems? And are you still here?
No, I was, I was seeing I was on SendHub, but if you're seeing that, it's the edu box, so I'll do it again.
Okay, got it. Okay, so then I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then pass back to you.
Yeah, thanks. Chewy, are you about ready? Oh, Mitch is here as well.
I still see us on the Discord channel that you're sharing.
What about now?
Hold on. Now it's a Zen Hub board.
Yeah, I changed.
Yeah, so
Is the
if you're
Zen
not
Hub
ready
board
yet,
being weird for someone else? Like glitchy?
It's not for me at this moment.
Okay.
What was the question?
Oh, just if the board was feeling weird for someone else, just like glitchy. But yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna be adding an extra issue in a little bit. But yeah, I'm good for taking this now.
okay, cool. Let me see if you create any new issues. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can start now with yeah, the issues that you have currently in the product backlog, like 1300, support communications for the quantification process.
Okay, since the distribution is already happened, we're gonna be covering this, and I feel that's something good for the next T Tuesdays thread. Could be just like different uses for the TEC token. I just checked that there are like some like new holders, so I feel that this could be a good idea. And yeah, we're gonna be covering this this next sprint.
Okay.
Okay, so 1220 proposal inverter. It's something that also I haven't had the proper time to get back, but because of the advances that I've been just like seeing in Prime DAO, I feel that it's also something that we're mostly gonna be taking on this next sprint. For 1191, I have an update in a forum post that I'm getting ready for the all of the translations, everything related like to the gravity process and all of that. Like we have an outcome, and I'm gonna be posting this forum post as an update, but I don't think that it's gonna be sorted out this next sprint. So maybe I would leave it here. Created animated tutorial for quantifiers. I just added an update, which was a link to the reward system working group call that we had, where the animation team presented some advances. It's not loading for me, but oh yeah, there. Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay. Are you guys still going to be working on this for this sprint, or is it done?
No, I think it's probably not gonna be ready this this sprint either, but hopefully in the next two.
Okay. And just to double check, the comms team DAO support for proposal inverter, the 1220. Did you say when you said next sprint, you mean this sprint that is starting?
Yes.
Okay, we're already working on it. Okay, cool. And it's
yeah. Sorry about that confusion.
No, it's fine. Okay, it's cost. I don't know who that is. Who is this? Do you know who this is, Chewy? Max Smith, 89?
It's a MS.
Okay.
Is he still active, Tam? Do you know if
He's super swamped with Nemus. I mean, they're doing really well. What was the issue though for MS?
Oh, it was just something that Alois suggested a while ago about meeting ADA accessibility requirements. Like
so that's a specialty that his web company actually does. I know that he's still interested in doing it, but I don't think it will be prioritized over the work that is happening with Nemis right now. So it's sort of like, I know it's sort of like lingering in our GitHub, but I would maybe even take him off and see if there's somebody else that could pick that up. If it's a priority for us.
Okay, I think maybe Durgaras is gonna like probably knows about like somebody that is familiar with this. So yeah, I'll reach out to him and see if get somebody that we can reassign this to. And 1039 is mostly like something that that I'm gonna be supporting Costa with, but I didn't have time this last week to touch base with him. So does anybody know if he took on some of the Gitbook stuff?
Yeah, he actually requested access like a days ago to merge some stuff. So of course, like activity was happening, but don't know the details.
I know that he's the main thing he's focused on that I'm aware of is the frequently asked questions, so I know he's actively working on that.
Okay, I'll reach out to him to support some of the changes that we need to do for comms. And about the new issue that I'm still working on is mostly around live, like real life events that we want to see if like there's a future in starting like facilitating token engineering related events or gatherings around big conferences. So it's something that I was talking to Angela about. And yeah, like right now we are trying to like see if Barcelona or Paris would be better. Paris is easier because there are a lot of like people that could be speakers in this event that are already going to be there, and this is not necessarily the case for Barcelona. But at the same time, it's a city that is like more expensive and has some limitations. So yeah, this is like kind of like briefly like a brief description of this issue that I'm adding. And
I might push for Barcelona just because, man, no one got tickets for ECC. I don't know of anyone who got tickets for ECC. And
Yeah,
Paris is so much more expensive.
Yeah, the problem is like at the same time we were thinking that if we have to like pay for people's expenses to travel to Barcelona because they are not planning on being there, might bring costs a little bit up. So this was just like one of the limitations that we were seeing, but yeah, still trying to come up with something like for the weekend and see if next week we can take some steps. So yeah, hopefully this will grow into like a TEC hosted event, something like this. That can like attract more of just people that are more into token engineering and crypto economics. So yeah, I think that's it for our communications, or am I missing something? Oh, and we have a meme party later today, so if anybody wants to attend, we've been having a lot of fun in those.
Yeah, I'll be going to that one for sure. Is Mert still here? Mert is the current champion. Mert, some call him. So I hope you're there to defend your title because you did some pretty good memes last time.
I'm inspired today.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I'll
see you later. I'll see you later, Mert.
Okay. I'm just gonna move the updated tcommons.org website with Sample as a working group. Casal is working on that. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'll check with them.
Marco is getting us a new logo.
Yes. Cool. Okay, thank you, Chuy. Cool. I think only Mitch is left. Mitch, are you ready?
Ready. I'm still getting used to these meetings here. It totally blew up my radar. But if we're looking at the reward system in general, I think the biggest ongoing issue right now will be just to continue doing the reward distributions. And so I've just created a repeating issue there that's going to take us to June 2022, which is how long we have funds set aside for, or like clearly identified how much TEC we're going to distribute. So we're going to keep on working on that, and I'll be making issues kind of around our next funding request, which we'll have to start thinking about in about a month or two. And then after that is going to be when we're going to do the next install of praise for an external community. But for this sprint, I think the only thing on my plate is to keep doing the reward distributions and keep doing the quant reviews, which are going to be bi-weekly now.
Okay.
Yeah. We have this epic here. Oh, which I execute quant one praise. Yeah.
Which
here it
one?
is. Sorry, this epic here. 1097.
Okay.
So promote first quant payout. That was Zepp and Nuggin. I don't know if there's anything that was planning to happen past doing the forum post, letting people know rewards are out.
We're planning on posting like more analysis detail, but I actually need to sync with Nagin on that after the forum post is published. I mean, I don't know. I'll need to talk with Nagin.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that. I'm not sure how realistic it is to do like a full analysis every time we do a quant. It's a lot of overhead to me, but maybe we can.
Yeah, we were thinking on a template, and then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then after that, we have some source code params, which I think are done. I need to check with Christopher to see if the grains actually been distributed. And I think that's it here. Yeah, and then ongoing is still the animated tutorial, which we're in touch with Acid Laser for, working on the first draft of the script and the storyboard.
What issue number is that one?
1138. And I think we did. Yeah, I dropped the link to the first draft of the script in there, and Chewy just threw in an update. But I mean, is this something realistically we're going to see this sprint? It's going to be worked on this sprint, but I don't think it'll be delivered. Is that the point?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's worked on this sprint, it goes into this pipeline.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Do you know about this one? Christopher's 1276 finished setting up rounds with the reward board.
Setting up params with the reward board. Let's go back here. Finish up setting params with the reward board. Yes, this is done. Can close that. Integrate
Okay.
quantification. Oh, I closed it.
Okay, thanks.
Params to period 1 template. This one here might be irrelevant because we're not using source cred until June payout.
Okay, they can
this
stay
will
there.
be- yeah. Okay. Fork meeting tracker bot and adapter means. Yeah, this is still in the backlog. And this Twitter tracker bot is definitely still in the backlog. I think Vitor has started work on this. I'll just put in a little comment here.
Okay, you're doing it?
Yeah, I got it. Good. Great. And, okay. Praise transcribing, verbal praise. Improve the marking of duplicates.
I think that's done.
That is... Well, you can't put stuff in review. I think it's done. It just has some bugs to sort out.
Okay.
But, I mean, the implementation's been done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Thank you, Mitch.
That's it. Yep.
Edu, would you like to comment on 1277, integrating the quantification to the onboarding journey? I guess you mean it like introduce it as a first issue for newcomers. Is that something that you're considering bringing up during the orientation calls for the sprint, or would it remain in the backlog? Oh, Edu's not even here, so I'm talking to myself. Okay. Okay, well, that's rewards.
What was the issue you wanted to ask Edu about?
1277, integrating quantification to the onboarding journey.
I think we can bring that into this sprint because it's something that we've talked about.
Okay.
This hasn't been addressed yet. Thank you, Manu.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Is it tagged Communitas as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And the Epic issues, they remain on the Epic pipeline, right, Tam? Regardless of if we're working on them for this sprint.
Well, so inside the Epic are the individual issues that we bring into the sprint. So the Epics go in that pipeline, and we just bring the issues into the sprint.
It's just a container, right? Okay. I think we have our sprint. What do you think, Tam? Are we done?
Woo! Yay! All right. Well, how I like to close, Manu, is just find out what everyone's looking forward to this weekend. Is that okay for you? Do you want to close that way today?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll get started. What am I looking forward this weekend? Playing with my nephew and my niece on Sunday. working out, reading some Galeano. Mert knows what I'm talking about. Catching up on some work so that, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's the weekend, but yeah, probably just those two things, just working out and playing, pretty much. Reading too. And yeah, I'll pass it to you, Tam. Usually go last. I'll pass it to you next.
Right, I'll go. I think tomorrow I'm taking the girls to the beach. We're having some disharmony in the home, so I'm trying to be like, okay, we have to spend the day together now. Like, we're gonna get along, damn it. We're gonna like it. So we basically just cleared tomorrow to do that together. And then when Sunday, man, I had some things that like I couldn't get to this week, and fortunately, there are some people who don't mind working Sundays, so that's kind of like a long day for me, to be honest. But I'd rather that than stress out that I can't get it done. And I don't mind. I think some of the stuff I'm doing is fun. Zep and I are going to hack together for a little while, so I'm really looking forward to hanging out with him. And I'll pass.
Before you pass down, what beach in France? I'm curious.
We live very close to Arcachon Bay. It's about 50 minutes by train. So we just hop on a train, and in less than an hour, we're on the beach.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pass to Chewy.
Thank you, Tam. I'm not sure. I got some work to do, but I would like to rest this weekend. So I don't know, probably like call some friends, see what they come up with. There was like a concert like of my favorite band last week that I enjoyed a lot. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, in case anybody hasn't checked them out. They're a really cool Australian band, and they announced like a surprise gig today, but they used like Eventbrite, so like all tickets were gone in like 10 seconds. So yeah, since I'm not going to that, then I'm not doing anything significant. And yeah, I'll pass it to Griff.
Thanks, Chewy. Damn, man, when are these? I guess even ECC can't figure out ticketing on blockchain, but I feel like the answer is there. You know, the answer is there. You get it, like you tokenize your community, and then only those guys can buy, or something like that. Anyway, this weekend, I'm trying to find. There's like one blocker that I need to overcome to start moving into another house. Like the house that I'm in is just like the mosquito laden like makeshift umbrella thing with some fake walls. So we're gonna upgrade to one of our friends' house, and hopefully we'll get that sorted tonight. Basically, we need to find like a ride for someone in Costa Rica on a regular basis to come help us out, and then we can move in. So that's kind of the big goal for the weekend. I'll probably just take Saturday easy, and then Sunday I'll probably also do some work, because honestly I'm just so far behind and there's so much to do. Do as much writing as I can, and I'll pass it to Wonka.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, these weeks I've been very loaded, so I am always looking forward the weekend to unplug. So I will like not open my PC, and maybe I will go out and have a beer, maybe today, and listening music. Yeah, that's it for me. I think there's like a Nigerian party. I've never been to one, so it calls my attention. And I'll pass to Septimus.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, I also like, I'll be here in the village, nothing special to do, just take it chill on the Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm very excited for the work session with Tam. And after that's done, yeah, probably keep chilling, play some video games, get full energy for Monday. And yeah, I'm also disconnecting not fully, but a lot lately on weekends. And yeah, I'll pass it to Bear.
Be careful, Bear. Be careful. Soccer almost destroys half of the TEC.
I was just going to say, wish you were in Amsterdam.
And fingers.
And fingers, yeah.
It's all good now.
Thanks, Bear. What am I doing? Yeah, I have a busy weekend. Surprise, chasing kids around, transporting, supporting, cheering, etc., etc. That's it. That's enough. It's too much. I'll pass it to Gideon.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, for me, weather is starting to maybe warm up here in Seattle. So my wife and I do these walks on the weekend, and so I'm hoping that we can go. There's this place called Growler Guys, where you can go and just get these great beers. And so I'm hoping that tomorrow we're going to be able to end our walk by just getting really wasted. No, not really wasted, but just having some beers. Hopefully it'll be warm enough. Mitch.
Yeah. So my brother is visiting me from Costa Rica, and we drove to the Caribbean yesterday. It was a total nightmare. It was like a 7-hour drive in like single lane LATAM traffic, torrential downpour the whole way. So I'm looking forward to not doing a lot of driving, enjoying lots of sun and some great beaches. Yeah, so that's pretty much our plan. Hiking, all that. Yeah, I hope it goes well, Griff. I'm curious whose house you're moving into. I'm thinking I'm not going to be using my house a whole lot at this rate, so you should probably just move into mine.
We'll consider it Maxim's.
Maxim
In Platanillo.
Bro, that's so commercial. You're selling out.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oh, terrible. Okay. I will pass it to Mert. Did you go?
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Yeah, so this Monday I will go back to Turkey after a long time. So I will prepare my things here, do the things. I miss my nephew. I just seen her like 3 months, and I went here. Then now I am watching videos of her. She become like a young child. So I'm looking forward to it. And other than that, I will do some work because I will go back to Turkey. So I want to clear out things before spending time with family. And that will be my weekend. I think we've gone everybody, right?
Gideon's missing, right?
Sorry?
I think everyone
No.
went.
Yeah.
Did Craig go too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks everyone for joining today. And Manu or myself will be posting the new sprint in our stewards channel. Have a great weekend.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Manon Tom.
Bye.